Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? How is everything going with you all? Good evening. Hello, Diksha. Hi, Pranjal. How are you all? How's everything going at your end? Hello, Tamanna. Hi, Bharti. Hi, Mayank. Hello, Pragnya. Okay, perfect. So, what we'll be doing today is again another episode of Boost Your Vocabulary. So we're going to be doing 2, 3 things together. We'll start with songs, and by that I mean we'll do words through songs. Then we will go to discussing some idioms, and I will take you at the end of it to the menti part of today's section. Right. So those are the 4 things that I'm planning on doing with you. Let's see how that goes. Good evening, Nehal. Hello, Arohi. Good to see you too. Diksha. Hello, Srishti. Hi, Aren. I'm absolutely good. How are you? Hello, Janisha, Anchit, Tanisha, Mayank. Hi, Shubhankar. Ma'am, what's the difference between in after my own heart and after your own heart? It's the same thing. It just means when you take some after somebody's heart, that means that they are very similar to you. Okay, that's just what it means. Your or theirs just depends on whom you're talking about. So if that person takes after my own heart, that means he's similar to me. After your own heart, matlab he's similar to you. So on and so. Hi, Sakshi. All right, so I'm going to start with the first word. We will do it through songs, as I was saying. So I will show you the word. We will discuss the vibe of the song at first, and then we will see how we're relating that word with the song. Okay, so the first word is sucker. Now I know that that may not sound very good. All right, I know that that sounds weird, but sucker it is. All right, and sucker first. For sucker, I want you to first listen to the song, and then we will discuss. Here you go. So for the song, even though I mean I'm not very fond of this song per se, I don't know how many of you like the song or not, but when you talk about sucker, it is when we say aid, help, or some sort of support. Okay, some sort of support, something that helps you survive, some assistance, some help from everybody. That is what sucker is. Okay, so it's like support. So let's say the sentence says the wounded had little scope for succor. That means the wounded had very little scope for any sort of, let's say, assistance, some support, some help from people. Okay, that's what this is. Bolster. To bolster would be the verb. Yes. All right. And then here, this is a. What do you think is the part of speech for this one? It's lagging. Is it for everybody? Could be a little bit of a problem at the end of maybe some problem with the network. Okay, kind of lagging. Okay, कोई बात नहीं. Is it manageable though? Is it manageable? All right, what do you think is the part of speech for this? If you say the wounded had little scope for something, all right, it had little scope for something, meaning that it is also if I say an aid or help or support and assistance, then in that sense, this one becomes a noun. This one becomes a noun. Okay, so what you need to look at is sucker here. If the song says you are, I don't know, backbone of me, or you're my backbone, you're basically saying ki you are my support. Okay, you are my support, you are my assistance, you bolster me. All right, so that is what sucker really means. Okay, it means support, some sort of assistance, some sort of aid. So maybe these vocab booster classes are like suckers to you, especially when it comes to building a vocabulary, right? That could be one way of looking at it. Okay. All right. Let's head to the next word. Is it still lagging though? Okay. I'm matlab, Anchit, we can see it like that. I mean, yeah, technically, that's correct. Okay, so that was our first word. Let's go to the second word now. For the second word, we have the word is analogous. Okay. For too much buffering. आज क्या हो गया है? Don't worry. I think it's gonna get resolved very soon, as I've been given a feedback, alright, by the team that we'll be resolving the issue soon. So don't worry about that. वो हो जाएगा. Let's go to the word analogous. Now, for analogous, I want you to listen to how's it pronounced? It's pronounced the same as sucker. Sucker. Okay. ठीक है. Can't manage now. I think it's getting resolved. Don't worry. It's getting resolved very, very soon. So just hang there. All right. For the next one, for analogous, I want you to listen to this song. Okay. Listen to the song and then we will discuss. Here you go.
बाखुदा तुम ही हो हर जगह तुम ही हो हाँ मैं देखूं जहाँ जब उस जगह तुम ही हो ये जहाँ.
Okay. So for this word, the word is analogous. Now you look at the word, it says Bakhuda to Mu. What does this Bakhuda word mean? Bakhuda basically means that you're basically comparing yourself to the other person, right? Comparing yourself to whoever it is. And when you do that, when you're comparing, that becomes analogous. So आपने I think I'm sure analogies करी होंगी. Okay, just give me one moment. I think it's gonna get resolved. So give me a second. I'll be back. Give me 1 second. आ रही है आवाज? तो हम्म। ठीक है, लाइव कर रहे हो? Okay, are you able to hear me now? आ गई आवाज? Okay, thank God. Now audible? लाइव कर रहे हो? Okay, ठीक है. So the thing that we discussed finally, ऐसे मेरी आवाज ही चली गई. But so we were doing. अब मैं I think I will have to cut short some things. कुछ चीजें करेंगे, कुछ चीजें नहीं करेंगे because we're already used quite a bit of your time. I'm sorry for that inconvenience. अच्छा मुझे बताओ, were you able to hear the song that we were talking about? The song that we're going to be speaking of. Did you get to hear that? वो समझ में आया था कौन सा था? नहीं, repeat कर देते हैं, ठीक है? I want you to listen to the song one more time, okay? And then we will discuss. Yes, no, repeat तो बोलोगे ही. दोबारा से सुनने को जो मिलेगा वो तो बोलोगे ही, obviously. Here you go.
बाखुदा तुम ही हो हर जगह, तुम ही हो, हाँ मैं देखूं जहाँ जब उस जगह तुम ही हो ये जहाँ.
Okay, so वो हर चीज के लिए ना he is like this is you, so on and so forth, ठीक है? वो बार बार ऐसे बोल रहा है कि you are almost like God, etc etc. What he's really doing is he's comparing the girl with so many other things like God and the world and all of those things. Okay, so that is analogous. Analogies किए होंगे आप लोगों ने क्लास में, where you form relations between two words and then you kind of make sure that they are comparable in some aspect. Let's say they are comparable because they are antonyms, they're comparable because they're synonyms, so on and so forth. जैसे ही analogies is basically analogous. Analogous मतलब comparable, मतलब similar in certain aspects, corresponding or parallel, ठीक है? So they saw the relation between a ruler and his subjects is analogous to that of father and children. That means they were almost the same, similar to a father and child, or they were almost the same as similar in aspects of them being just like father and children. अब आप मैम दुगनी loud आवाज के साथ आए हो, देखा? Every time you fall, get back with more power. Haha. Okay. But Anya, do you understand now what analogous is? Let's go to the third word. Acha, for the part of speech for this, you see OUS here at the end of it. Comparable ka able bhi hai. Alright, so we kind of have an idea that we're talking about it as an adjective, right? Also, another thing is we're describing the relation. We're saying how is the relation? The relation is analogous. So this one's an adjective, okay? Let's go to the third word. For the third word, अब चलते हैं exhortation. Okay, exhortation के लिए I want you to listen to the word first or the sound first, and then we'll discuss what exhortation is. Here you go.
खैरियत पूछो कभी तो कैफियत पूछो, तुम्हारे बिन दीवाने का क्या हाल है.
It's never a word with COUR. OUS नहीं था, OUR था. Yes, so he is basically like do this, do that, please do this. Okay, ask whether I'm okay or not, ask whether what is your situation like at the moment, etc etc. Constantly he's kind of giving you, asking you to do this, do that. So it's basically like exhortation. This is what exhortation is. Okay, it's like exerting pressure on the other person for that person to do something. Okay, that is exhortation. So a speech or a communication or an address that urges the other person to do something. Okay, urges somebody to do something that is exhortation. MA Sanchika is mnemonic aids. Mnemonic aids basically help you to remember a certain piece of information better. तो अगर exhortation है, हम उसको याद रखेंगे. Okay, exert pressure. अगर मैं किसी पे pressure exert करती हूँ, so that is exhortation. So that's just kind of like a short trick to remember a certain word. Okay. So they issued exhortation to consumers to switch off electrical appliances. That means they issued something. Okay, they issued something, they issued an address urging the customers or the consumers to switch off appliances. So वो pressure कर रहे थे, exert कर रहे थे pressure, or constantly telling them to do things. That is exhortation. Okay, so that is what this is. Part of speech wise, this one's a noun. Very good. It's a noun because something आ रहा है, they issued something. The other thing is that the meaning has a in it. So अगर meaning में a होता है, तो हम उसे noun कहते हैं. Also ATION. ये भी एक identifier है कि okay, this one's a noun. ATION. All right, so this is the third word. Let's go to the fourth word now. For the fourth word, the word is taciturn. This time around, I was thinking video डाल देते हैं इसके लिए क्यूट से है काफी. So watch the video, listen to the song, and then we'll discuss what tacit or taciturn is.
कुछ ना कहो, कुछ भी ना कहो, कुछ ना कहो, कुछ भी ना कहो.
Okay, so constantly is like mat kaho, kuch bhi mat kaho, don't say anything. Not saying anything or not speaking much, then you'd say taciturn. That person's taciturn. जो ज़्यादा कुछ कहता नहीं हो, ज़्यादा कुछ बोलता नहीं हो, reticent हो, reserved हो, yes, those are words that we can use for taciturn. Tacit एक word है जो I think, I don't know if you've done this or not. Tacit means something that is implicit, जो indirect हो, okay? जो डायरेक्टली ना बोला गया हो, इनडायरेक्ट हो, दैट मींस ज्यादा वर्ड्स नहीं यूज किए हो टू एक्सप्लेन सर्टेन थिंग्स, दैट इज टैसिट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, जब आपके मॉम्स आप पे गुस्सा करती हैं, तो a lot of times she doesn't even have to say anything, she just stares at you. Okay, it just kind of stares at you with those eyes, right? That's a tacit indicator that she's angry. She doesn't use words, she just kind of does it implicitly, indirectly, subliminally. Yes, so subliminally भी consider कर सकते हैं. So वहां से अगर हम taciturn देखते हैं, tacit is something that is implicit, not spoken. So taciturn will be somebody who doesn't speak as much, right? Or is reticent, or is reserved, or is succinct in his speech, doesn't say much, right? So that's what it is. My business partner is taciturn. That means he doesn't speak much, ज़्यादा बोलता नहीं है, चुप रहता है mostly, you know, that kind of thing. Part of speech wise, this one is, if I say that we're describing how the business partner is, then taciturn would be, what part of speech would this be? आंखें काफी हैं, हाँ. Exactly. This is it's an adjective. You're describing a noun. You're saying how is the business partner? The business partner is taciturn. He doesn't speak much. He's reserved and reticent. That was our second last word. Let's go to the last word now for the day. For the last word, the word is desolate. Okay. For desolate, I want you to listen to this and then we will discuss. Here you go.
रूठी है शब्द रब्बा, रब्बा दिल भी है रूठा, सब कुछ है बिखरा बिखरा, बिखरा सा रूठा रूठा.
Okay. Do you remember when in the movie the guy died? Okay, the kind of somber expression that the girl had. Now she definitely was desolate. Desolate because somebody had become late. Late as in has expired. So if somebody expires, you obviously become extremely sad, right? And so desolate हम वैसे याद रख सकते हैं. Somebody who becomes late. So the kind of mood that you come into is desolate. So a feeling of unhappiness and loneliness, melancholy, disconsolate, woebegone, devastated, lugubrious, all of these words, and gloomy, glum. All right, all of these words tell us that these are all the synonyms for desolate. So I suddenly felt desolate. That means I'm describing how I am. and I am desolate, that means I'm sad, I'm unhappy, right? What would these adjectives, what would the part of speech be if it's sad, glum, lugubrious, all right? All of those, then we will say that the part of speech for this is an it's an adjective. Absolutely correct. It's an adjective. Lugubrious ko OUS at the end. I felt desolate. So I'm saying, how am I feeling? I'm feeling sad, unhappy because I have lost somebody, or that I don't have a certain person that I wanted to in my life. That's what desolate is. So maybe this song will help you remember desolate better. Okay, I have now completed 5 words. After my results have become desolate. I hope not, Anchit. I hope not. In one of the Menti quizzes, I had you winning it. I remember. I'm pretty sure ज़्यादा desolate नहीं थे तुम उस दिन भी. So we can only hope for the best. I'm going to now show you the this thing. Okay, there are 6 questions this time around. The Menti quiz, for all of those who are attending the class for the first time, go to menti.com. Put in that code, which is 59733086. Okay, and then join. Name yourself correctly, join in, and then we will start with the quiz. वो सच में, and I thought, Anchit, that was somebody else using your name, but everybody was shocked that day. Can you tell why OUS? So again, there's no logic here as such, but like OUS ending words are generally adjectives. ATION valley words, ITY valley words, all of those are nouns. It's just like something that we've seen as a pattern in words, all right? No real logic there, but this is something we've seen as a pattern in a lot of words, which is okay. The screen's a little blurred. I'm going to repeat the code here. I'm going to probably write it down here. It is 59733086. That's your code. Okay. All right. Join in, everyone. What we're going to be doing is majorly vocabulary from here as well. You have 10 seconds to answer a lot of these vocab words. I'm assuming that, I think you may have done a lot of these words that we discussed, maybe directly, maybe as part of synonyms for some words, etc., etc. वो सब होगा, इसलिए answer carefully, read the question carefully, all right, and you have 10 seconds to answer each question. There are 6 questions in total. Let's go for the first word, first question on your screens, everyone. Here you go. So for the first question, synonym of laconic. Brief, long and lengthy. Obviously brief. ये तो हम लोग संचिका बेटा, I've sent the code on the chat box बेटा, check करो chat box में.